Hi, how's everybody doing? No Beyond the Lane tonight, I'm afraid. I've been feeling so rough. Couldn't do a show tonight, just didn't have it in me. So sorry about that, guys, but we'll be back next week, next Tuesday, 7:30. Um, so yeah. But guys, look, there's been so much just going on with Spurs. I had to do a video, I haven't spoke about it quite a few things since the weekend, since the protest. First of all, I wanted to talk about the protest. What a great day it was! Fantastic seeing so many people there, passionate Spurs supporters wanting change, challenging the board, and I hope these protests continue and we keep speaking out against the board. It's unacceptable what's happened with this club. Failure year on year on year, and it doesn't look like anything's going to change anytime soon. We've all seen the financial statement from Levy a few weeks ago. But the pressure, we need to keep putting the pressure on the board and keep challenging the board for. We want more. We want success. This club deserves it. These fans deserve it. It's just been so disappointing year on year. Bad decision, and the club have to put football as its priority. And yes, let's just hope each protest goes, more people get involved. It was fantastic to meet so many people that day, so many other YouTubers, people in the chat, Spurs fans. Yeah, it was great, and everybody there I met wants change, and yeah, we all want it, and we're gonna all keep speaking out and asking for change at this club. We want success, we want to win, we want to be competitive, and we want the club to take what goes on the pitch seriously. So yes, a big up to Change for Tottenham, the organisers, for um, promoting the protest, organising it. It was safe, it was loud, there was no trouble, and big up to them as well, and for everybody who tended the protest. Fantastic people travelling all over the country to get there. A really important day, and as I said, as I keep saying, let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Now there was a game on that day, Southampton. I mean, I didn't go into the ground, so I was watching it in the pub on the phone. I saw a lot of the first half. It was just very boring, I thought, and we'd just do them same old moves time and time again. I mean, we did score a couple of goals, and we went 2 goals up. Brendan Johnson scoring well taken goals. But Southampton are a very poor side. They're bottom of the league, because they are the worst team in the Premier League. It's a game that we, even though we haven't been playing well, we should be winning. And in that first half, 2-0. But again, it was just didn't excite me. It was just very pedestrian. Southampton didn't offer anything at all. So the second half, I didn't see much of it, I'm afraid. But what I hear is that we kind of let Southampton have the ball, and maybe the players were like kind of thinking of the Thursday game. I get that, they don't want to pull an injury, but there wasn't not a lot going on from Spurs in that second half. And Southampton did get a goal back, and people were a little bit worried that they could go in and get an equaliser, but we got that final goal with a penalty. But again, just a very flat performance there, It just not inspiring. But we're not been playing well, have we, this season? And it's no surprise there. You just think like it comes to Thursday and a big game in the quarterfinals against Frankfurt. Are these players going to raise their levels? They must. They're going to have to raise them so many levels when they play Frankfurt. And I'll get onto Frankfurt a little bit later through this video. A lot of talk around Solanke and the disappointing season he's had. A lot of fans are talking about him and saying that he's been a flop. And if we look at his stats, he's 22 appearances in the league, 7 goals, 3 assists. Europa League, he's played 8 games, scored 2 goals, 4 assists. He's played in the Carabao Cup, played 2 goals, 1 assist. And then he just had 1 game in the FA Cup, for 51 minutes. Total games this season, 35, 11 goals, 8 assists. Now, for me, that's not good enough from a £60 million striker. It's not good enough. You bring in a striker to score you goals, and he's going to struggle to make 10 goals with the remaining fixtures. And that's really disappointing from him, and he must be disappointed in himself. Now, there's a lot of questions around, do we provide him enough service? But you've seen him recently. It just doesn't look convincing in front of goal, does he? He has had chances, but a lot of running around from Solanke. If you look at his heat maps in games, he's all over the pitch. He just needs to stay in the box and get on the end of things. Yes, I get that our wing play does not suit him. There's not enough crosses going into the box. There's cutbacks, of course, and people like to praise his hard work. But hard work is the bare minimum from any player playing in the Premier League. Solanke, it's been disappointing. I have to be honest. He has been a disappointing player, and it does make you think. Was there somebody else we could have got in the summer? Better scouting. He's only had one good season for Bournemouth last year, and Ariola got the most out of him. But look, for me, it's just not been good enough. Solanke this season, and we do need to get another striker in the summer, I do think. Now, another man who brings up a lot of good discussion as well is Brendan Johnson. And we'll go over his stats in a minute. But, he scored 2 goals again. He's our top goal scorer. And look, he puts them away, doesn't offer a lot else in games, but he does score goals. I mean, it's nothing amazing. He's got 11 goals in the Premier League in 28 appearances, 4 assists. In Europa League, he's played 8 games, scored 3. He scored 1 in the Carabao Cup and 1 in the FA Cup. So 41 games and 16 goals across all competitions. Now, look, for me, he's our top goal scorer, but it just tells you a top goal scorer being on 11 goals. It's good he scored and fair play to him, but he is not the player for me. I will criticise him because what else does he actually offer in the game? This is it for me. He's a passenger for most of the game. He might score a couple of goals, tap-ins, people like to say. I mean, he has got some good finishes in him, but look, I mean, it says a lot when he's our top goal scorer. But people, they like him. They do. They don't want to criticise him because he is scoring goals, and and he is. He can offer you something, but we'll see in the crunch game coming up against Frankfurt. Will he deliver in that game? And this is an opportunity for him too. So maybe he will prove me wrong in a big game, and see how he gets on. But look, the forward line is not good enough in my opinion. Anyway, this season we have not been good. A lot of players have regressed. Johnson, he's done okay. 16 goals across all competitions. Been one of the better players, but in performance levels, I expect more from a winger. I really do. I expect a lot more. So we will see with Brendan. He's scoring goals. Scored more than last season. Look, the kind of conversation around Johnson will go on, but we'll see about that. So look, that after that game in the Premier League, just get us up now. We are. Hold on 1 second. We remain 14th in the league. 11 wins, 4 draws, 16 defeats, 58 goals, 45 conceded, on 37 points. And our form is win, loss, draw, loss, loss. In the form table, 1 point behind Man United in 13th, 5 points behind Brentford in 12th. And if we look behind us, Wolves got a win. They have 32 points, so they could still catch us. I do worry about the fixtures coming up, guys. I really do. I know a lot of focus is on the Europa League, but if you look at our fixtures coming up, we've got Wolves away next weekend. What sort of side will we see because of the cup game against Frankfurt? Either side of that match. Then we play Nottingham Forest on a Monday night at home. We go away to Liverpool, away to West Ham. and home to Palace, away to Villa, and at home to Brighton. So, you look at that, and there's not many points we're going to be picking up between now and the end of the season. Obviously, if we do well in the Europa, it might give us some confidence, more belief in the team. But as the season's gone, there's going to be more defeats, and for me, it will leave Ange's position untenable. Really, really will, unless he gets the final of that Europa League and wins it. So look, league. People say they're not paying too much interest in the league. Now it's all about the Europa League, and I get that now. I was saying, up until the last few games that we do need to build some momentum in performances, but it's not happening, is it? We're not building any momentum in the league. So it's all eyes on that Europa League now on Thursday. So look, Frankfurt, they're having a good season. They're third in the German league. They've got a young side, and they're feeling quite confident of beating Spurs. They have recently won the Europa League competition a couple of years ago under Glasner. And look, they're fairly confident. They've got young players. Um, some players who play under the German under-21 defenders like Nathaniel Brown, Collins. They have young players like Can Uzan, Jean Matteo Bahuna, Eli Wahi, and star striker Hugo Nketiah. And they've got a lot of talent. They play with a lot of pace and enthusiasm. They're not the sort of team that will come to you and sit back. They like to play. They like to attack games. They like a game where it's on the transition. So they will enjoy playing Spurs with us with our high line, and they have a lot of pace in their team. And it's really going to be a tough game for us. So it says it's something like this: 29 of their goals scored by 10 players under the age of 23. Only Strasbourg of League One can claim better with a youth strike rate in Europe's top 5 leagues. Nketiah ranks amongst the highest in the Bundesliga in terms of expected goals, while Uzan at 19, the Turkish player, years old, has 4 months, scored recently his 4th Bundesliga goal to retrieve memories of a club record set by Walter Bentol back in 1965-66, the later becoming the youngest at Frankfurt to score 6 times in 17 games, 18. So he's a bit of a star, isn't he? And then they have Super Mario. We all know this veteran of the player, Mario Götze, and he's been playing really well for Frankfurt this season, scoring a lot of goals. He is a danger man, and he will make them tick over these next 2 games. And they have got, obviously, as I said a bit earlier, they've got like a recent experience of winning the Europa League, beating Rangers in that competition. And look, they're going to be confident, obviously, as well. Another advantage for them is that the return leg is the second leg, and that's going to be a really tough game. They've got a really good home record, I've heard. And look, if they can come away at Tottenham Stadium with a narrow defeat, a draw, they will feel that they have a massive chance in that second leg. I have heard they have some injuries. I know their goalie's going to be missing for the first leg, Trap. So look, put everything aside for this game. My thoughts, fans' thoughts on Ange, the season, the board. We have to put it all aside for this match. It's so important. Get behind the team, whatever your feelings or whatever. We want to win this game. We want to come away on Thursday with, like a comfortable 2-3 goals up going away to Frankfurt, something to cling on to. We have to put in a really good performance. Players have got to step up. We've got to see passion, drive. The crowd will be, I'm sure, behind the team. Look, we've got to put everything into it. We all want to win this competition. It's the only thing we can do this season. So look, I will be behind the team 100%. And, afterwards, when the game's finished, if it hasn't gone well, of course, we can criticise the performance of the team. But look, let's just hope that it's a fantastic European night at the Tottenham Stadium, and give us something to look forward to next week, because this season has been very, very, very disappointing in terms of performance results. Um, And so look, guys, as I said, look, let's just hope that we do something on Thursday to give us some hope going in to the return leg next Thursday away in Frankfurt. Look, guys, give us your thoughts and opinions on anything I've spoke about today. Solanke, Johnson, um, the protests, how you feeling about it all? What's your thoughts on Thursday? Are you a bit like me that, not very confident, but, you just have to hope that the team ranges their game for this quarter-final match. They owe us something this season because they have been well off it. So all eyes on that game. Thank you for watching the video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you all soon. Come on, you Spurs.